my channel. It is your girl Chelle Ramsey here. If I have not met you yet, welcome to my channel. Today, as you can tell by the title, I will be giving you guys a 3-month post-op update. And when I tell you I am so thrilled that I even got to this point, it's been an adjustment and it's been a challenge, but I do not regret anything that has happened this far. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm still in my gym clothes. I'm getting ready to cook me some breakfast, just an egg and some wheat toast with some turkey bacon. Then I'm going to get in the shower, do my devotional, get some things done, and then I have to go to my 3-month appointment. So hopefully guys, they will let me record, because I really want to see, I want you guys to see the questions that I'm going to be asking them and their responses and things like that. So yeah, I'm about to make this breakfast. I will show you when I'm done. Alrighty friends, so here's my little breakfast. It's my wheat toast. Now this is, I think it's Sara Lee. What brand is it? Because I took it out the bag. I forget what brand this bread is, but it's only 45 calories and I think only 9 carbs per slice and just 1 egg, and I cut up a half piece of turkey bacon and mixed it in. So delicious. What I will say is, this is probably true for anybody who works out, but I'm the hungriest directly after I work out. Normally when I'm eating, when it's time for me to eat, I would say it takes me a longer time to eat. I eat a little bit, stop, eat a little bit, stop. But after I work out, this thing is gonna be gone in like 10 minutes, I promise you. So I'm gonna get in the shower and I'll catch you guys when I get out. All right, y'all, so I'm out the shower. I am dressed, my hair is done, smell a little bit good. So before I go to my 3-month post-op appointment, I am going to answer some of the questions that you guys had sent me on Instagram. And yep, I'll answer those before I go to my appointment. All right, first question. Did your cravings ever go away? If not, how did you deal with them? So no, cravings don't go away. The surgery does not fix the cravings, okay? How did I deal with them? I had to understand where I would end up if I continued with the same habits that I did before. So overeating, excess eating, eating the wrong things, those things are what caused me to be 318 pounds in the first place. So I understand I don't want to be there. So the things that I do to try to help me, besides just thinking about where I don't want to be, is that I use my husband, because he's very good at talking me out of wanting to eat something bad. But also there has been times where I've indulged in some sweets. So I've had cake for my birthday, had cake at my friend's baby shower, but I make sure I don't overdo it with those things. I don't go overboard. I have a few bites. Now, sometimes I want a little more than a few bites. I want a whole piece of cake, but I can't do that. So, I'm grateful that I have people around me who will hold me accountable. So that's what's really important and needed for my journey to not feeding to cravings, is to have people around me who hold me accountable. All right, next question. What are some foods that you used to love but don't taste the same after VSG? I have not experienced that. Everything that I have eaten before surgery, I like now. So I haven't been reintroduced to every single food. I haven't had ice cream. I haven't had certain sweets. I haven't had certain junk foods, certain fried food, certain things I had not had since I had surgery. So I wouldn't know. But all the healthier things that I've had before surgery and after, I've had no taste aversion. So we're gonna hope it stays that way. One thing I do want to say though, some things to me now are a little saltier or a little sweeter than they were before surgery. So, and spicier. I've always had a low tolerance to spicy food, but even now after surgery, I feel like the things are a little bit spicy. So yeah, that's about it. Next question. Hello. After surgery, did you have to sleep a certain way for a while? You look amazing. Thank you. So I had to sleep on my back for the first week because my incisions were still kind of sore. So it hurt, lay on my side, lay on my stomach. So I laid on my back, and then after about a week, the pain kind of subsided or became very dull. So I was able to sleep in whatever position that I could. But that was the only issue that prevented me from sleeping how I normally sleep, which is on my stomach. Next question. How much do you weigh? All right, so my highest weight was 318. My weight on my surgery was 295, and today was, drum roll please, I weigh 242 pounds. So that is, I never know the exact numbers. That is about a 53-pound difference in surgery. So yeah. All right, next question. Who has been the biggest, who has been part of your biggest support system. All of my family and friends. My parents, well, not my parents, my mom, she calls and checks on me. My aunt, my husband, my best friend, my friends from church, my friends from school. Like, people are constantly DMing me, checking on me, calling, texting. So that's what I really appreciate, is that they know that I went through this and they're constantly checking on me. Even my friend Bria, she always asks me how my eating is going and how my eating habits have been. So that kind of just helps me to put things in perspective as far as the progress I'm making, the changes that's been going on. And Brandy, she has been really instrumental in this process as well. She's always she always has questions for me, but that's also helped me put things into perspective. So shout out to all my friends and my family. All right, next question. Did anybody try to talk you out of the surgery? Yes, my boss tried to talk me out of surgery, which is hilarious. She's like, I think you can do it on your own. I don't think you need that, whatever. So my boss, my mom tried to talk me out of it. I think she didn't know too much about it, so she was kind of like a little nervous about the process in general. So my mom talked me out of it. Who else? I think that was it. Oh no, my friend Jaslyn, when I was considering getting it in the beginning of this whole process, she didn't want me to get it. I wasn't going forward, like I wasn't making any permanent decisions at the time, but she was like, no, don't do that. Work out, exercise, eat right. She did not want me to get it, but now that I've gotten it, she has expressed how proud she is of me, and she has expressed her support. So thank you, everybody. Everyone that would say who tried to talk me out of it, who wasn't really for it as much, they've turned around and been supportive. So I appreciate that. Next question. Did anybody inspire you to get this surgery? Yes, there's a few people on Instagram who I followed before I got the surgery during this process. So I will link their Instagrams down below, but those people are the ones who I was watching and getting inspiration from and being encouraged. I reached out to them, DM'd them, and they responded to me, which I appreciate. They've been successful with their weight loss. They've been consistent and sharing their journey, and they've been transparent. So that's kind of what I needed, for me going through this process. Next question. What are some things you didn't expect to happen but did happen? I would say how early on hair loss happened. I did experience some hair loss, not bald spots or anything like that, but I do have a decreased density. My hair is not as full and as thick as it used to be. And I didn't expect it to happen this early on. I thought that it was going to happen later on down the line. So that's what happened that I didn't expect to happen. I also didn't expect to have indigestion. In the beginning, the first month, I had indigestion a lot. It's mellowed out, but that's something that did happen that I wasn't thinking about. Next question. Do you feel like you've changed mentally because of the surgery? Yes, I had the mindset to be more diligent about my health, especially because I am trying to have kids in the future. So I want to make sure that I'm my healthiest for that. I want to make sure that I'm a good steward over my own body. I want to make sure that I'm doing healthy enough for my husband. Like, I want to make sure that I'm just in good shape. So mentally, I'm constantly thinking about that. So that's making me have a positive outlook on this whole process and that journey. I'm trying to remain positive. So this has helped me be more positive. It's helped me put things into perspective. So I appreciate that. Next question. Are there certain people who you would or wouldn't recommend it to? I wouldn't recommend it to people who are trying to find the easy way out, because that's not what it is. So there are some people who want a surgery because they don't want to put in the work. Don't do that, because the surgery is a lot of work. You still have to work out. You still have to eat right. You still have to maintain balance between protein and vitamins and water and eating. Like, it's so much that you don't really understand before you go through it. Like, you have an idea, but then once you're actually in it, it's like, okay, this is something different. This is different. So I wouldn't recommend to people who don't want to put in the work, because you have to put into the work for this process. For everything to work, you have to put in the work. You can't just get the surgery that fix all your problems, because I'm telling you, that was not the answer. Okay, so that's why I wouldn't recommend it to. But I would recommend it to people who, one, are struggling with their weight, but they need a tool to kind of help them. I'll recommend it to people who have health issues, who are older, who need help losing weight. Anyone who's overweight, though, I would recommend it to. I think it's important to make sure that you understand your situation and know yourself And if you know yourself, that'll give you a better, headspace on analyzing if this is a good thing for you or not. I'm always an advocate for surgery because I've done the research and I'm going through this myself. But I want to make sure that if I'm encouraging anybody to get it, they're in the right headspace and they had the right mindset going into this, because if they don't, like I said, it's not going to work. All right. Next question. Do you regret getting it done in any way? No, absolutely not. The one gripe that I do have is that I can't overindulge in food. And that's the reason why I got into this predicament in the first place. Okay? This is the reason why I got into the situation. So I regret nothing, okay? Nothing. This process has been hard. It's been different. It's been challenging. It's been fun. So all those things, the good, the bad, the ugly, the positive, the negative, all those things work together to like continue to build who I am and to make this successful. So I appreciate all those learning experiences and those learning lessons. And like I said, no, sometimes I wish I can overeat like I used to do, but this is preventing me from doing that. So it's allowing me to be my healthiest. Now, one thing I want to say though, I'm going to drop at the end of the video, I'm going to drop some before and after pictures. And the reason why I'm saying is after, because I'm still losing weight. This is not where I want to be as far as my weight loss. I still have a goal of losing 75 more pounds. But this process in general has been, like I said, challenging with balancing like your fluid intake. Sometimes I'm not hungry, so I'm not always eating. And then I tend to graze, which means I'm not really sitting down and having meals. I'm just like eating here and there, picking over food and not necessarily putting a meal together. So that's one thing that I'm learning to adjust to. I'm learning the new cues of my body, like when it's telling me that I'm full. Now, in the beginning, my body wasn't really telling me I was getting full until I was actually full. That's changed since the last time that I talked to you guys. I feel my body starting to tell me, okay, Rachelle, like you're starting to get there. Maybe you should slow down, or maybe you should stop eating. So that's one thing that I am learning. I'm also learning that I have to give myself grace and be patient and allow every day to be a new day, a different day, because sometimes I tend to think that things have to be perfect. They have to be a certain way. And I had to master this, and 3 months in, I have not mastered this yet. So I practice giving myself grace, taking things one day at a time, but taking each day as learning experience so that when I go to the next day, I'm like, okay, this is what I needed. I needed to learn from the previous day so I can continue and build on the next day, the next day, the next day, and next thing you know, I still might not be a pro, but I'll have a better handle on this whole process. One thing I also wanted to mention also is hair loss. Like I mentioned in my question, they said that hair loss happens around, I think they said 7 to 8 months. I am 3 months in and I experienced hair loss beginning between month 2 and 3. It didn't fall out in clumps or balls or anything like that, but I did notice that like the shedding was like 10 times more. The volume of my hair has decreased tremendously. So I've been trying out some new powders and things like that. I want to get some new biotin or some new hair, skin, nail vitamins that I'm looking to try out. And I've been taking collagen, so I've been mixing collagen powder, unflavored collagen powder, like in my protein drink or my water, my coffee. So I'm going to see if that helps, but I can't really give any recommendations on supplements to take because I'm still trying to weed through them myself. I'm trying to learn new ones that I can try out. Forgot one thing. So it's very important. This is now me encouraging you guys. It's really important not to place your beauty within the way you look on the outside. It's important to not feel like you have to be small to look beautiful, and it's important to not let people's influences get to you regarding that. I found myself to be very insecure when I was a larger size, and I think that's pretty normal because, you know, you're bigger, you're not feeling the way you're looking, and a lot of the times when I was bigger, I would not like to be in front of the camera taking pictures, which is why I don't have a lot of pictures of me at my highest weight. I barely have any. Even at my higher weights, I don't have many pictures. But I think it's important to make sure that you're confident with who you are on the inside, and that you ask God to show you who you are as a person, because your identity does not like lie within who you are on the outside. Like, that's not me. Like, just as much as I was 318 Rachelle, and at this very moment I'm 242 Rachelle, doesn't mean that, okay, yeah, I'm skinny Chelle now, and this is how I am. Like, you know, this is me. Yes, I'm smaller, but it's important to like make sure that who you are is not just based on looks. And sometimes it's easy to be insecure about the things that you see like you have fat hanging off this side and your stomach is flabby, and you know, like certain things is so easy to just be negative about. But that's why it's important, just as you know, your body is changing into this newer body, a smaller body, or if you're pregnant, or if you're gaining weight, like it's important to not identify yourself as that person, or to put all of your hopes and cares in a body of that eventually will no longer be, because you'll find yourself to be very unhappy. And even too, as I lose weight, I found myself at times being negative about my body and not liking the way certain things are, and realizing that, you know, I wasn't happy about those things. Next thing you know, I'm unhappy. So it's important to not do those things, because like I said, you'll end up being unhappy even if you get to 130 pounds. Like, you'll still be unhappy. So make sure that you find those things that give you happiness and joy. And for me, that's God. So I asked him to not feel like I have to look a certain way or be a certain way in order to be beautiful, because that's not the case. There's people of all different shapes and sizes who are beautiful, and they're beautiful from the inside. So I just wanted to share that little bug with you. But all right, again, bye. I'll see you at my appointment. Met my doctor's appointment. I'm waiting for the doctor to come in now. Got my vital signs done. Got my weight, and I am in fact 242. Took my shoes off though, because they gave me about 10 more pounds, so had to get it right. But I'm waiting for the doctor to come in now. All right, guys, so I am walking out of my post-op appointment. Unfortunately, I was not able to record my appointments, but all my questions got answered. I probably will talk about them in my next video. I've talked enough today. It is raining, and I'm trying to rush to the car. So I will see you guys on the next video. Feel free to like, comment, share with your friends, and subscribe. See ya!